I got into Assassin's Creed through going down to visit my dad down in Devon one week, I think it was, and I went down there and my dad had an Xbox 360. I didn't have one at home at the time, and my dad showed me this game that he'd recently acquired called Assassin's Creed. So we fired it up and I played it, and I really loved it. This is of course being the first Assassin's Creed game. To be honest, the favourite thing about that first game was going to that little cliff outside Damascus, getting guards and throwing them off. And after throwing off a few guards like a proper sadist, I thought this game is really good. And then we watched the trailer for Assassin's Creed 2, which had already been out at the time by a little bit, but it was showing it off, showing the trailer and asking if he should get it, to which I said yes. It took a while for him to get it, but then he got Assassin's Creed 2, and I fell in love with that like 10 times over how much I loved Assassin's Creed 1. And yeah, from there I just became a massive fan of the series, because after then we got Brotherhood, we got Revelations, and so on and so forth, and the rest is history. So my favourite game in the Assassin's Creed franchise is Assassin's Creed 2, because it was that special to play that first time around. When I played it the first time, I really loved that atmosphere that Renaissance Italy had. I really loved going to all the locations, reading up about them, reading up about the historical figures who showed up in the story. I really loved how it was all done, and I think it was done complete with a really nice atmospheric soundtrack, which I also loved. On top of all of that, you had the mystery with the truth, which I was really into those glyphs and things. They were always quite fun. Ezio's character was also really good. He was a great protagonist, and that also had me glued, and his story was really well done, and you actually felt for it, and that's another thing that made me really love Assassin's Creed 2 especially. I could talk about this for hours and hours, but just to briefly tie it all up, that's kind of why Assassin's Creed 2 is my favourite Assassin's Creed game.